Hello, everyone. My name is John, and you probably already know that. Today, I wanted to do a little live stream talking about my new theory that I posted. I did this the last time I did something like this was with my mimic theory, like my first mimic theory. And I never really did that again. And I love doing like the discussions. I love hearing your questions. I love hearing your thoughts. Maybe we can even just like go through the video and I can explain a little more what I was thinking. Because also, hi everyone. Hello, Ashlyn, Adam, Ethan. I see all of you in the chat. Thank you for being here. Also, uh, Gustolfus. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. John, I can't believe you're. I know I was a little late. I didn't realize my mic was just not plugged in. I was checking everything. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, and it was my microphone. That's pretty important. Um, so yeah, I thought I'd just do a little discussion on the theory because why not? Um, so if you have any questions or anything about it, we can even watch through it. That's probably what will end up happening. Let me just set this aside. Let me make sure everything's set up and good. Let me put that down there. Put that right there. Okay. So, first of all, and most importantly, how's everyone doing? How are we holding up? How are we holding up, everyone? Mimic theory workout. I did last time I did. Oh my god, something just showed up on my YouTube suggested. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Um, I was so looking forward to this. Is so off topic. Hi, oh, I'm glad everyone's doing good. Tired but good. I feel that. I feel that. TikTok ban has me shaking. Same. Matt Pat gone so sad. Agree. Not really gone. He's still on GT Live. But I just saw something my recommended on YouTube, and it's the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. I was so looking forward to that because I grew up on Star Wars Battlefront, and then it turns out it's poopy. And I'm gonna give it a chance. I haven't given it a chance yet, but I want to give it a chance. Anyways, how am I? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited and I'm motivated. Um, I'm motivated to make better videos. I'm motivated to work on some projects that I'm working on that I'm excited about, including the timeline video, mostly the timeline video. Um, Spring Break, no way, epic. Um, it's buggy at the moment, but Galactic Conquest is good. Okay, that's good to hear, I guess. The thing I was mostly looking forward to was multiplayer, and I heard that's the most poopy thing. Whatever. Am I working on animations? Not right now, but I do sometimes. When I have some free time, I do some animations. Timeline video is coming. Timeline video is my thing. It's like the thing that I've been working on for so long, and I don't talk about it a lot. You'll notice I don't talk about the timeline video a lot. And it's because I just don't want to keep teasing you. I don't want to keep putting the carrot in front of your face and you're on the treadmill trying to get to the carrot and I'm just like, haha, I have this thing. It's gonna release one day, I promise. Um, so I'm just kind of working on it in the background. I'm working on it in the background. I promise you it's happening. Um, and it's gonna be good. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, duh, 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 duh. Your theories are so smooth with the editing. Thank you. I'm working on that. My last video, the theory that we're gonna go over today, I actually took my time with editing that one. Like I actually gave myself a good 2 weeks to edit that one. Didn't rush through, didn't pull any all-nighters. I really took my time. And I feel like you can see that a little bit in the video. Let me click on this. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Stop my own voice. Let's do a little of this. Okay. Orange Fish, thank you so much. Also, I might be doing. This is just a secret. Don't tell anyone. But this is mostly for the people who are in. Your thumbnails always eat. Thank you. I want to make sure they eat. You know, this is what I struggle with. This is what I struggle with, okay? Let me tell you what I struggle with. I love making thumbnails. Like me and games production are like a team. We're like this. We I know what I want. He knows how to execute what I want, and it just works. Um, I see my thumbnails in my head. Like I saw the one that you see on the video now with Freddy's head and the sticky notes. Hi, Go Motion. How you doing? Freddy's head and the sticky notes in the background. I was like, oh, that's what I see in my head. And games production and I were able to get it done. And sometimes the thumbnails that I see in my head don't always aren't the best for the algorithm. Like I don't know if you noticed, but I changed the thumbnail real quick for like a minute. I changed the thumbnail for like maybe a day to see to a more red arrow, red circle thumbnail, um, just to see what would happen. But it didn't end up really changing anything, so I just changed it back. I don't know. I the thumbnails that I see in my head aren't always the best for the algorithm. They're not the most clickable. They're not blah blah blah. But it's what I imagine, and it's hard for me to let that go. You know, like it's hard for me to like, okay, time to make the thumbnail with the red arrow and the circle and the I just like I don't know. Spiff mentioned briefly that you asked him about thumbnails before. He asked me about thumbnails more than I ask him about thumbnails. But yeah, we talk about it sometimes. I'll say this: me and Spiff had a conversation a couple weeks ago where he showed me two thumbnails, and he was like, "Which one is gonna do better?" And I chose one, and that one ended up doing better just by a little bit. But I was like, "Thank you." Tomes of Awesome, thank you. Hey John, I really like your theory videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Orange Fish, I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you so much. Also, we're gonna go over the theory video. If you have any questions or anything, we'll get into that in a second. This is just a little catch up because I don't stream a lot. I want your plushies. Thank you. Um, uh, yeah, this is Dawko's, the sitting Freddy one. This is Sanchi's. I went to PAX and Sanchi was kind enough to give me this plushie. Like I DM'd Sanchi, was like, "Hey, I'm going to PAX," and they were like, "Oh yeah, like we'll set you a plushie aside." And I was like, "Oh," fully expecting to go there and pay for it, and they were like, "No, here you go." I was like, "Thank you." So now it lives right there. I love it. It's like the dream. I love the plushies that look like the ones in game. Um, Anyways, did I watch Matt Pet's reaction to my new theory? Yes, 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 yes. I did. I'm in love with you. Well, okay. I don't know how to process that. Scott is in chat. That is a fake Scott. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. Um, I think I'm gonna do some sort of merch soon. Um, Jay-Z Gamer, thank you. Who do you think is Deskman from FNAF World Update 2 1.2? And did Deskman make Baby? The way he dies and some of his dialogue is interesting. Also, hello. So here's my honest thought about Deskman. I don't think I've ever brought up Deskman. Um, I don't think I've ever brought up Deskman. I'll say this quick. But Deskman obviously created Baby, but I think it's fourth wall breaking. Like that is the representation of Scott. I don't know. Hold on, hold on. I'll get back to that. I promise. Hi, per mayor. Thank you. I just started learning Blender today. How long have you been using it? Ooh, I don't remember. I think it's been like 6 months, 8 months. You can probably go back and check. But make merch. I have money to spend. That's funny. Um, I don't know, but good luck. Good luck. Tutorials are your friend. I promise. You can learn a lot. Mr. Nav, hello. I'm glad things are going well. Thank you, Cosmic. I appreciate it. So I'll get back to Desk Man, but merch. It'll be a weird type of merch. The goal this year, I want to do two things. I'm not like a big and if you've been following me and you watch all of my stuff, you've heard me talk about this. I'm not a big like throw a logo on a t-shirt and sell it to you type of person, because I grew up watching YouTube. Like I grew up watching YouTube. I have so many YouTubers merch. Like I understand what it's like to be a viewer, and I understand what a viewer wants. I understand that some of you might be like, "Oh, I'd love a FNAF logo on a T-shirt. That'd be great." I, I know some of you probably would, but the vast majority of people would be like, "That's cheap," and I also think that is a little bit. Um, no offense to anyone who does that. Get your bag. But um, when I do merch, I want it to be something special, um, and something you might appreciate. Um, and I kind of want to do something with U2s this year. I think that would be really cool. Like something that's limited edition. You can only get it once. It's not just like it's something cool. It's like whether it's a figure or a plushie or something, it's something tangible that you can, put in your room or whatever you want to do with it. Um, Please don't put it in a jar. But something cool. But the first thing I'm thinking about doing is something that more so helps fund the timeline video. Like something that is just strictly for if you're a fan of me and you want to support my videos. It's a merch that is not going towards me buying fancy stuff or anything. It would be going right back into like the video, the timeline video and my videos in general. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking of doing something like that, and I think maybe it would be like a Streamily thing where I can like sign prints and send them to you. I don't know. I don't know. It would just be for supporting the channel. Like it wouldn't be a YouTube's figure or something stuff like that. Because I know a lot of people had me sign things at PAX, and I was surprised by the amount of people that had me sign things at PAX. Um, and I was like, I don't know. So if you want an autograph or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. I will buy anything you sell. We need more proof merch. That's funny. I if I ever do like a YouTube's thing, I would try and incorporate need more proof. I have to. Diana, thank you. You're an inspiration to anyone who grew up with FNAF. Like, oh, thank you. You've earned all the success you've achieved, and just want to let you. Thank you, Diana. Oh my gosh, thank you. I have such imposter syndrome sometimes, but thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Need more merch. That's funny. Um, but yeah, I just know that I care about you. I care about where your money goes, and if I want you, if you ever do buy merch or something, or if you've bought my plushie in the past, where is it? Um, I want it to feel worth it, you know. And if you do want to spend money on merch, I want it to be because you want to support the channel. I don't know. I'm really trying to think through it. Um, but yeah. Um, what else do I have to say? But yeah, it's mostly about funding the timeline video because the timeline video is expensive. I don't even you don't even know what's going on with the timeline video. Um, so yeah. Anyways, use my money to buy FNAF plushies. Very funny. I have plenty of FNAF plushies. I'm good. I'm sure people have a lot more than I do. There's more over there, um, but yeah, I'm chilling, and I hope you're chilling. Um, and this is a theory review. So let's get into it. Desk guy. Let me finish that thought. Desk guy. So I have two thoughts about desk guy. My gut is telling me it's just Scott, right? Like it's just Scott. The whole game is about breaking the fourth wall. FNAF World is all about breaking the fourth wall, about Scott being tired, about Scott giving us what you want. Isn't this what you wanted? Blah 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 blah. So that very much seems like Scott was tired and about to give up, but then he made something terrible, and then Baby appears, terrifying or terrible, whatever, and then Baby appears, and it's he Scott created Baby, the next phase of FNAF, right? Um, but also it kind of lines up with what happens in the Silver Eyes trilogy. Like the Silver Eyes trilogy, which comes out after right after FNAF World, is like Henry creates the animatronic that goes on to be Baby, and then Henry dies. Like in the games, like Afton doesn't die in that way that we see in FNAF World. It's and he makes Baby in the games, you know, allegedly, as far as we know right now. Anyways, um, B Re, thank you. I have a question for you, John, about your newest theory. If we think the way your theory was proposed about how the mimic got in the Pizzaplex, how would that explain the tangle? So the tangle is something that I kind of skimmed over in the new theory, um, because I feel like I was afraid of being repetitive, um, because I've talked about a lot of that stuff in previous theories, so I didn't want to just completely repeat everything I've said. But I think something I've learned, especially from Matt Pat's reaction, is that sometimes it's good to repeat yourself. Like not everyone has watched your past theories, you know? Like not everyone has seen every single video you've ever made. Um and sometimes it's good to repeat what you've said. And I think when I got to the blob or the tangle part, even Matt Pat was like, you didn't explain that enough. And I agree. So the blob, I think those are the FNAF AR animatronics in the blob, because Chica is an animatronic that in the tangle. I call it the blob. I'm sorry, the blob. Um, Chica in the blob has her endoskeleton, like is fully like yellow. She's still yellow. Like the animatronics still have their color. Chica's endoskeleton is gone. Like it is melted away in Molten Freddy. That's what I think. Um, we see her endoskeleton gone in FNAF 3. All of the shells of the original animatronics were burned in FNAF 3. I mean, earlier on in the video, I explained that Foxy's rusted torso is in a display case. Like the animatronics are gone. Um, so I think those animatronics that still have their color and like still basically look how they used to look in the Tangle are the FNAF AR animatronics. One of the things Matt Pat brought up was the puppet is in the Tangle. Before FNAF AR shut down, Lefty, and by association, the puppet was supposed to be in FNAF AR, but for some reason FNAF AR stopped. Um, so that's kind of my explanation for that. Also, you can't even see the puppet's mask unless you go out of bounds in Security Breach. Take that for what you will. Um, but I've said all of this before in a previous video like a year ago. But so the whole point of FNAF AR, the whole point of FNAF AR is you have to pump the animatronics full of remnant. It's like a remnant farm. And in the game, if you've played FNAF AR, you know that Shadow Bonnie and is there when you're collecting remnant, and there's a bunch of dark remnant all around, like a bunch of agony all over the place. So when you collect the remnant, you are collecting a bunch of dark remnant as well. And I think the blob is all of the FNAF AR animatronics pumped full of remnant and dark remnant. So like they're swimming in a sea of dark remnant, basically. Like it's really complicated, but it makes sense. Like if you follow the path, it makes sense. Like there's animatronics in the blob that should no longer be there. So if there was this shipment to the Pizzaplex, and the shipment was from DLZ Shipping Solutions, the shipping company that was shipping out the FNAF AR animatronics. There's even a part of the FNAF AR emails that explains that the FNAF AR animatronics were acting really strange. Like the Bonnie ate a cat in their warehouse. Vanessa takes over the shipping company, ships something to the Pizzaplex, and I think that's all the FNAF AR animatronics. Full of dark remnant. That's what the tangle is. All of that kind of stuff. Um, I also think it's the tangle seems like a tangle of wires. Like if you look above the blob in Security Breach, there's like wires. There's on the wall. There's like those wire holders where the wires should be wrapped around. Um, so it's weird, and I think that might tie into the storyteller, and like how the wires were all over the building, and I don't know. It's really complicated. Yeah, it's not the real Scott. Scott would have, excuse me, Scott would have a check mark. So it's not the real Scott. You'll see by my reaction if it's the real Scott. Um, but yeah. Um, so things like the why like yeah. I realized through watching Matt Pat's reaction video that I was like, dang, I should have explained a little more. But I was like, I don't want to repeat too much. People are going to be like, oh, I already saw this before. Is this a re upload? I get that a lot when I re explain things. It's like, I don't know. But sometimes it's worth it. What about the VR? Yeah, that too. That too. The stage in Rockstar Row is empty. There's the question marks label in front of it. I think that connects it to the shipment that came from DLZ Shipping Solutions that was shipping the FNAF AR animatronics, blah, 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 blah. Your latest video was fire, easily your best one. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's pretty good too. It's funny that with a theory video, there's I'm sorry, I keep messing with my hair. There's always one thing I regret. And I can almost name them with every single video I've put out. Every time I put a video out, either within 5 minutes of me putting it out sometimes, there's always one thing I regret and that I'm like I shouldn't have put that in there. And the one thing that I regret about the new theory video, I don't know if I regret it, but the one thing I don't feel great about that I probably shouldn't have put in there was the sticky note grid in the multicolored sheets of paper room, like the grid that has the arrows and the kids and the stop go and stuff. I was like, oh, that kind of looks like the mimic was being guided. Like it says stop and go, and there's kids and there's parties and balloons. And it's almost like the mimic is being guided throughout the Pizzaplex. I don't think I needed that to prove my point. And I think, especially, I don't even know if I'm going to watch the next GT Live because I just get so embarrassed. Um, I think where Matt Pat stopped in my video is where it falls off the rails a little bit. So I'm a little nervous. B-Re, thank you. How about the Tales from the Pizzaplex? Like, honestly, don't you think the way the Tangle was showed in the books wouldn't be the same way as in the game? The word/name Tangle came from the books. I think you're referring to, I'm trying to think, sorry. I think you're referring to the piles of the worker, like the pile of the worker's body parts being put in a pile, right? I don't know about that. The Tangle isn't giving like dead people. It's giving wires and animatronics. Like you can say that totally also your theory is valid. I'm not trying to, whatever, you're completely valid. You can say that there's the dead workers in a pile and that's what the Tangle is, but that doesn't explain where all the old animatronics came from. It doesn't explain like why Baby is in there, why Chica's in there, why like all of uh the puppets in there. Why are they in there? I think that's giving FNAF AR. So it could be a mix of both because in the books the animatronics aren't there. And also the pizzeria isn't giving the description that it gave in Tales at all. I mean, I know they can't put blood everywhere and body parts and blah, 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 but there's not even, I don't know. But I could also see that. I'm so open to anything at this point. I think this is what people misread about me is I'm open to anything. Like, If those books, if the Tales books end up being 100% of what happens in those books happens in the games, I'm okay with that. I just make theories based off of what I think. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to think or anything. You can believe whatever you want. That is completely okay. I just want everyone to get along. That's all I want. That's all I want. Do I enjoy playing games other than FNAF? If yes, please consider who's Lila. Ooh, I don't know that one. Just for the experience. Who's Lila? I'll write that down. Hold on. I enjoy playing. Sadly, I'm gonna say this. I enjoy playing Fortnite. Let me see. Is it who's Lila? I think so. Mm-hmm. I will look that up. I enjoy playing Fortnite. I enjoy playing Valorant sometimes. Uh, but I play a lot of FNAF, honestly. Yeah, I play Fortnite every day. It's bad. But I don't spend money on any skins. I play no build. No build got me. I'm a victim of no build. Anyways, like the way my theory videos come to be is literally just me sitting playing Security Breach and looking around. I'm not kidding. Like my new theory would not be what it is if I didn't take the time to sit down and just look around in Security Breach. That's literally it. Like the grid of the colored sticky notes with the arrows and everything, that was me just looking around being like, "Oh, why are those in a grid? Like that is so weird." Like all of them are scattered everywhere, they're different angles, but those are in a grid? John, what's it like being a billionaire? I am so not a billionaire at all. I am not even remotely rich. Um, but I'm happy, so I'll take that. Your theories are very concentrated in the modern FNAF games, but what about the old? I've made a few theories about the old. I made a theory about Midnight Motorist that doesn't really hold up very well in my opinion. I made the theory called "I Solved the Story of FNAF," which is about what I think the story of FNAF is, um, which is basically like that video back then was about like how Michael was helping his dad rather than like burning the pizzerias down. Um, Kaziku, thank you. If they dropped a FNAF skin in Fortnite, would you? Oh, maybe, maybe. I probably would get the FNAF Fortnite skin. McKenna, thank you. That's the whole point of a theory. It's what each person's uh own thinks. I love your theories, and they have helped me create. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I appreciate that, McKenna. Thank you. You love the Midnight Motorist theory? Thank you. I'll just say thank you and move on. It's so fascinating putting theories out there. Like it is so fascinating. You have to be so confident, but when you're confident, it's way easier to fall on your face. Like you you can't get on video and be like, well, this could be it and this couldn't be it, or like, I don't know, I'm not sure, but this is interesting. Like, it's more entertaining for you to be confident about what you're saying. But if you're wrong, you really look wrong. Like, it's you really can fall on your face. And I have fallen on my face plenty of times. And I've gotten the backlash for it, whether that was deserved or not. Um, and I've grown from it. Um, I look back at my old theories. I was watching some of my old theories today, and I was like, "Wow, I have grown." Like even if you, the audience, if you haven't watched any of my old theories in a while, if you go back and look, I guarantee you'll be like, "Oh, like what were we doing back then?" Um, you know, but I do feel like I've grown as an editor, as a script writer, as like a person who thinks about making theories all the time, I feel like I've matured a lot, and I'm proud of myself. Um, my IQ is growing. It really is. Thank you, FNAF. Your latest theory was the first theory from anyone in a long time where I felt like it might be mostly slash completely right. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really kind. Thank you. Yet MatPat was so delusional back then. That's what I kind of give myself a break for. I guess I think of like nobody's perfect right off the bat, right? I'm sure Matt Pat is the same way as me. He regrets theories back then. He looks back and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't hold up," and he's had years to grow, right? And I'm kind of just starting, so I'm kind of speed running growing. Like I'm speed running, posting my first theory a year ago, and now I'm like, I'm having to grow really quick because everyone is already at the top. Like everyone already knows, everyone up here in the FNAF theory space knows how to make a good theory, and I'm kind of trying to catch up, you know. But I think I bring something unique to the space, and I'm proud of that. Um, I'm just happy to be here. So thank you all for being here with me and supporting me through everything. Um, da, 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 da. How do you feel that Matt Patton knows more lore than you? I see you spamming that. That's fine. He probably does. He's had way more years in the theory space than I have, but also I have also been in the theory space for like since I was 14 years old, but I wasn't a YouTuber. So I've been theorizing for a while. But Fred Milk, thank you, thank you, Fred Milk. Isaac, thank you. Fred Milk, you did a port of, didn't you do the port of the Help Wanted 2 map? And I used that for my animation on Twitter. I think you did. So thank you for that. I don't know how you do that. Like port the maps. It's magic. Isaac, thank you. Fortnite and FNAF got the same abbreviation. Oh my gosh, you're right. Fortnite, FNAF. Crazy. Did you start using Blender specifically for your theory videos, or did you have experience using it before? Hold on. I don't want to touch my hair anymore, so I'm just gonna fix it. Um. Okay, Blender. If you don't know, I am starting to post my animations on my Shorts channel, FNAF Shorts. There's another FNAF Shorts. Someone just started posting shorts on like a fan channel, but they have the at FNAF Shorts. And if that's you, please change it. I want FNAF at FNAF Shorts, whatever, on YouTube. But yeah, I've been doing Blender. I started Blender for a reason I'm not willing to share yet. I'll say this. I started learning Blender because I wanted to have an appreciation for the art form. I wanted to learn, I wanted to see what it was like, you know? I'll say that. I wanted to, like, yeah, I wanted to have an appreciation for it. I wanted to see if I could learn it myself in a way. Anyways, um, remember when this was a theory review? I guess we're just talking. We can just talk. That's fine. Or we can do a theory. Let's do it. Let's. I don't know. Do I go through my own maid outfit when? Who said that? Talking is also nice. I agree. Do you remember Eleanor's silhouette in Fury's Rage? Yes, I talked about that in another theory video, my ruin theory video. Very interesting. GT Live. Hello. Here's how chronically online I am. Ready? GT Live, you made some sort of edit that ended up on GT Live on Matt Pat's post-retirement episode where they were doing a meme review. I think that was you. Um, da 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 da. Yeah, I know. I'm chronically online. Thank you, GT Live. Okay. In. Okay, so do we go over this? We can keep talking, but okay. Can you hear this? Desktop audio. Okay. Let's go over this. Let's go over this poop. Here we go. In July of we can just fast forward. 2023, we were officially introduced to the next big bad of the franchise, the Mimic. Yeah. This is great, but I keep going back to the same question. I thought this was really fun. When I was editing, I was like, what if I had a bunch of question marks on screen, and then one of the question marks just slides over and finishes the sentence? Was this always the plan? I love that. I thought that was so creative. Oh my gosh, Nior, sorry, thank you. Hey FNAF, I was looking through some older FNAF stuff and I had a thought. What if Charlotte is only in the books? What if her game version is Cassidy? A bit out there, but I think it makes sense. I need more proof. Let me think. Thank you. I would need proof. I would need more proof, I think. But I see what you're saying. I think the thing that backs up the Charlie is just in the books is that the fact that we've never heard Charlie's name in the games before. But the thing that I think disproves that is honestly the character encyclopedia. If you look under Charlie's name in the character encyclopedia. But thank you for the super chat. That's very kind. Thank you. Baby, oh my gosh, baby in the chat. Your theory videos have revived my love for theorizing. Thank you. In the FNAF community, you truly do bring a new and unique style to the plate. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Whenever I hear something like that, it really warms my heart. Thank you. Alejandro, thank you for the super chat. Stefan, I hope you're having a good day. And what are your thoughts on the new FNAF game in the making? I'm so excited for it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's really cool that they're getting a new game studio. I think the 8-bit style looks really awesome. I was on a little bit of break when that came out, so I didn't make a video on it, but I will definitely be playing it. Liz, thank you. I'm broke right now, but I'm a John supporter. Hey, if you're broke, save your money. I'm good, I promise. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate it. Okay. When Scott... Okay, let me do a poll. Let this be an interactive live stream. Okay, we're going to do a poll. I want to hear your thoughts. And the poll is going to be about was the Mimic planned when Security Breach was being made? Do you think the Mimic always was the plan? This is a democracy. Ha. Thank you for the generous super chat. Holy crap. Thank you. Do you have any idea of the direction of where FNAF is heading? Because the ending of Security Breach ruined with the Mimic being freed and Roxy or Mimic calling to Cassie at the end of the game is driving me insane. I think the Roxy at the end of the game was the Mimic because it's a reused voice line. I think they would have used a new voice line if that was actually Roxy. And I don't know. There's a lot of hints towards like everyone's talking about the carnival game. I think that's a possibility. I think it's more like I could see a game about the Fall Fest coming. Um, my guess is a Fall Fest game. I think that'd be very cool, especially since what we saw in Help Wanted 2. It's like, come on, you got to tell us more about the Fall Fest. It is split. It's split not by it's not as close as I thought it'd be, but 58% yes think the Mimic was planned during Security Breach's development. 42% say no. The Mimic was not planned. Wow. I think that shows how divided the fandom is on what they think about like the storytelling and what's going on. 24 Cookie 24, thank you. What if the whole time there was no haunted animatronics? Hold on, did I miss something? Okay. No haunted animatronics, only corrupted programs. How else could you fit FNAF 1's magic with the AI of Security Breach? I don't think so. I think the stuff of like Remnant and stuff like that. I mean, if you told me that you think that the modern FNAF, like Help Wanted and beyond, there's no possession, I could get behind that. Because there is the possibility that Scott's games were just games in universe that a developer made up to shed light on real events, you know. But I do think there is haunted animatronics in the game. But thank you, Cookie, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Luna, thank you. Are you going to do more Ultimate Custom Night? Yes, I will. I will get around to it. I really want to beat 5020 this year. Luna, I love that name, Luna. It's such a good name. But thank you. I appreciate that. 59% yes, 41% no. It got higher. 59% yes, 41% no. Interesting. I mean, it's only 700 votes. Like, it's not the whole FNAF community at all. But here's your last time. I'll give you a minute more to vote. We'll continue with the video a little bit and talk about it. When Scott and Steelwell were making Security Breach, was the Mimic always going to be the big reveal? Well, after diving back into Security Breach, I think that answer is yes. This theory has been months in. So, do I actually think that answer is yes? Yes. So, this is something that I wish I said in the video. I think the Mimic was planned when Security Breach was being created. But do I think they had a design for the Mimic? Or was no. I think the Mimic more so was the idea of a like endoskeleton being taken and being trained to be the next Afton, to have Glitch Trap take physical form. I don't think they had the design for the Mimic back then, and I don't think they had the lore for the Mimic back then. I think I think they had the concept of bringing Glitch Trap into physical world through endoskeleton, you know, and the multicolored sticky note room is where this endoskeleton was living, and that's why the Afton family is there. It's like, this is its home, right? There's literally a first story and the second story. And I also didn't put this in the video, but here we go. I'm just going to skip to the part where I show the sticky note room. Where is it? Where we learn that these are the new generation of endos. All of this stuff. This would have been a big reveal in the video, but I cut it out because I was like, connects this room. Okay, so this is the sticky note room, right? Are you ready for this? This may sound insane, okay? This is cut content. This is cut FNAF content, okay? This may sound insane, but the whole Candy Cadet story in Ruin was about something, the Mimic being trapped in the basement, right? Like, the mother caught the Mimic and trapped it in the basement. I said that this area was the Mimic's home. Raise volume of the video. I got you. Room to the okay. I said in the video that I think this was like, it was being trained to believe that this was its home. It's a 2-story home. This up here is the dining table. It's the first floor. It's where they're having dinner. There's a piece of artwork, like the weird like flower artwork up there. Then underneath that dinner table, in the floor below, right here, is where the mimic is being held, in the basement, right? It's like the Afton family's up here, and then what's below them? The mimic in the basement, right? That's a FNAF deleted scene. And there's the staff butt heads all over the place. And throughout, and something I didn't put in, and something I didn't put in, and I should have, and I almost debated making a part 2 to the theory because of this, because of what MatPat said. He was like, MatPat in his reaction videos to this theory was like, if he shows me a pile of staff bots or something with their heads and limbs ripped off, I'll be sold. And I literally didn't put that in the video because it was one of the things that I was like, I've already said this before. I don't want to sound repetitive. Literally throughout the entire sewer system is staff bots without their heads and limbs. Piles of them. In the sticky note room itself, there's staff bot heads ripped off. If you walk out of the sticky note room, you will see staff bots without their heads and their arms ripped off. Like, it is clearly connecting this to the mimic, in my opinion. So Afton family up here, upstairs, like the staff bot Afton family, and then down below in the basement is the mimic down here. I don't know. MatPat said it for me. Yeah, because I already said that in a theory video a while ago. And I was like, I don't want to sound repetitive. I don't even know if he reacted to that one. I don't think he did. Anyways. Recaps are always good. Yeah, I've kind of learned that. Love, thank you. Your opinion on the daycare attendant's importance. I agree with MatPat that the daycare attendant's teeth matching the mimic's teeth is important. And I think because of the carousel level in Help Wanted 2, I think the daycare attendant goes way back. I think he goes way back in history, more than we thought. I agree with him on that. I think the daycare attendant was around during the Fall Fest days, 1970s. The big reveal? Well, after diving started. During my research, I found that the tales from the Pizzaplex books were really trying to point us in the right direction. Basically, some of the events that take place in the books also happen in the games, but they aren't completely the same. And if you don't believe this to be the case, more power to you. That is fine. This is just what I have found. Like, this theory lends itself to this, what I just said. You know, that's just what it happened to be. And the first of these events revolves around how the mimic got to the Pizzaplex. Yes. In the books, they make it very clear that the mimic wasn't always at the Pizzaplex, it was shipped to the Pizzaplex. Thank you, Aslan, I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm reading chat too. Yeah, so the mimic wasn't always at the Pizzaplex. In the books, even, the Tales books, they say that the mimic was shipped to the Pizzaplex. In the books, before the Pizzaplex was done being built, there was a construction crew working on the FNAF 6 pizzeria under the Pizzaplex. Suddenly, a big shipment arrived out of nowhere, and this shipment included a bunch of, quote, state-of-the-art animatronics and the mimic. The mimic stuck out from the rest of the animatronics because it was... This is something that I thought back when I made my original mimic video. I was like, oh, it's referencing the Glamrock animatronics. But I read it over again. It never insinuates that the Glamrock animatronics were the one included in the shipment. All it says is state-of-the-art animatronics. So I'm like, wait a minute. and then that it's just one of the pieces that fell. Um, Ashwat, thank you. Hey John, I really hope you see this, but have you seen or heard about the new FNAF Security Breach mod expansion, like FNAF Security Breach Blast to the Past? I've heard about Blast to the Past. Yes, it looks really good. I might check it out. I don't know how to do any things, um, but yeah, I might check it out. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, yes, there's a lot of Security Breach mods. It's very cool. Everyone is so talented. Like, I do not know how people do it. The people in this community are literally so talented. It's insane. You love my shirt, thank you. Meanwhile, the other animatronics in the shipment looked brand new. I think it said they need a new guitarist. Who do you think that was referencing? I don't know, because a lot of them play guitar. I thought of that too. I was like, oh, that's referencing Bonnie, of course. But it's like, if you watch, Chica plays guitar. Monty plays a keytar, I think. Like, Chica's the one that plays guitar. Am I wrong? Hold on. If we're really thinking it's the Glamrock animatronics. Let's not play this audio because it's copyrighted. So it's like everyone's saying, well, that means Bonnie. Like, Bonnie was the one they needed to replace. It's like, okay. Yes, okay, Roxy plays the keytar. Freddy sings. Monty Monty plays the bass. And Chica plays guitar. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. So they must be referencing the OG animatronics. Why does IGN's version of the FNAF 1 trailer pop up first? Hello? Okay. Guitar. Bass? Question mark? Guitar. Because in the original version of the band, Bonnie's playing guitar. Not the glam rocks. So for them to say, oh my gosh, breakthrough, here we go. For them to say that, oh, they need a new guitarist. Chica plays guitar in the glam rocks. And because the mimic had bunny ears, they're saying, oh, the bunny plays guitar. The bunny only plays guitar if it's the original Bonnie. It might be a bass though, so I don't know. But also, Glamrock Bonnie could have played guitar. No, Glamrock Bonnie played bass. So that wouldn't even make sense either, right? I don't know. Just something to think about. Um, uh, Gnart, thank you. There's unsolved mystery about that one endoskeleton in the beginning that can climb walls and doesn't freeze when you look at it. I swear, I have made I have wrote and scratched off that endoskeleton so many times in my videos. Like, I've wanted to talk about that thing so many times. I've tried connecting it to FNAF AR because, oh my gosh, here we go. Here's my theory brain. I've tried connecting it to FNAF AR because in FNAF AR emails, in the FNAF AR emails, they talk about having a build-in endoskeleton that can climb on the walls, but they were talking about Mangle. They weren't talking about a Glamrock endoskeleton. Scratch that off. Not a theory anymore. I've tried talking about where that endoskeleton goes because there's a weird like sewer system area at the bottom of the staircase, and that sewer area isn't anywhere else down there. Like, it's a weird sewer area. And then in Gator Golf, Monty's Gator Golf, there's the sewer area and the fence is broken and there's footsteps. I'm like, oh, the endoskeleton crawled into the sewer system and landed in Monty's golf and broke through the fence and there's footsteps. No, stretchy, too stretchy. I've tried explaining that so many times, but I can't. I think my gut is telling me that endoskeleton crawling on the wall was just for spooky factor. And also, um, that kind of leans into the fact that maybe FNAF Security Breach didn't actually happen and it was all just in the Vanny mask. Who knows? We'll get into that in a second. As a day oneer for FNAF and MatPat's FNAF theories, I want to tell you that you truly are one of the greats for thank you for FNAF theories. Oh, and also Blora. No. Fled pick. No. Gloxo, thank you. What will your expectations be from Fall Fest game? I don't know. I try to keep my expectations stable, you know. So I don't know. I want another Security Breach. I want another game where I can walk around and explore everything. I want a Security Breach 2. Put me in a different Pizzaplex. I want all of it. I loved Security Breach. And I think if Steelwool took what they learned from Security Breach and made another big game, I think they could kill it. I think they'd do great. Kyoko, thank you. I appreciate that. And Alex, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's way too kind. I really appreciate it. Y'all are too nice to me. Okay, wait. What was I going to show you? What was I going to show you? Let me... Oh, God. I would only share this with you guys because everyone else is going to think I'm insane. So, there's this theory that I've been chewing on that basically, like, all of Security Breach isn't real. Like, it's all takes place from the view of the Vanny mask that we see in Ruin. Like, someone has the Vanny mask on their head, blah, 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 and it's all just AR, VR mess. Like, we don't... What happens in Security Breach doesn't happen how we see it. JX7Y, thank you. John, do you think someone out there on this earth, besides MatPat, has solved the actual lore of FNAF and we're just waiting for Scott to respond? In reality, some pieces maybe, but I don't think I honestly don't think one person has figured out all of it, because there's just too much. That's what I think. But it's a great question to think about. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. So there's the theory that I've been chewing on for a long time. That none of what we see in Security Breach is real. And it starts with the first gameplay trailer we got for Security Breach. Okay? The first gameplay trailer we got for Security Breach starts like this. There's the Vanny mask. Why is the Vanny mask there? And then we go into the eye of the Vanny mask. And then we see the gameplay. There's Vanny. Here's all the gameplay. Like, it starts going into the eye of the Vanny mask, and then we see everything. I don't know. That's one of those things where, like, in a video, that would hit. But do I believe it? I don't know. It also... It also is entirely possible that that is just a reference to this, the FNAF World trailer. I've talked about this before. Like, it could just be a reference to the FNAF World trailer. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. It's not something I think I would ever put in a theory video, but maybe. If there's more proof ever out there, who knows? Two things can be true. You're right. Sea of Space Monster needs more proof. I agree, Zeke. I agree. Rabbits, thank you. Do you think we'll ever get an answer to whether Golden Freddy and Fredbear being different characters? I think Golden Freddy and Fredbear are the same character. I think I've come to accept that designs in this franchise sometimes aren't, especially in Scott's games. I will say in Scott's games, sometimes designs don't 100% line up. And he's made it very clear that Fredbear can have a black hat or a purple hat or a black bow tie or a purple bow tie. Like, it's, you know, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get that revealed. And you could argue that Ultimate Custom Night revealed that for us with Fredbear's jump scare. I don't know. Rami, thank you. Didn't Gregory at the end of Ruin say that the Mimic was trapped in the sinkhole for a long time? How did he know that? I think he knew that because he was part of, like, him and Vanessa locked the Mimic in the basement. I think that's how he knew that. The thing that gets me is if the Princess Quest ending is true in Security Breach, and then after the Princess Quest ending, Vanessa's free, and Gregory and Vanessa lock the Mimic in the basement, how long has it been since Security Breach? You mean at the end of Security Breach, you locked the Mimic in the basement, and then the Mimic was locked down there for a really long time. It's interesting. Anyways, the construction workers were told that the delivery was happening, but were confused about what the town. But what about the games? Well, in this mall, Security Breach, there's these white sticky notes scattered everywhere. Everywhere you turn in this mall to see them. And if you look at enough of the sticky notes, they actually start to tell a story. I'm sorry, this next part, I ate. I'm sorry. And I can actually put this into a timeline. A FNAF. When I was filming this video, I was like, because sometimes I see it in my head. I see what the video is going to look like. And I'm like, what if I just, like, flicked the timeline across the screen? Sorry, I ate. I can't help when I eat. I'm sorry. Timeline. A FNAF Security Breach white sticky note timeline. First, we see import pending 6 a.m. Charlie equals Cassidy is shaky. Thank you, Kuma. My best support for that came from something Matt had said during a video. I don't remember which, maybe 3-part timeline. Interesting. Okay. I'm willing to hear more. Thank you. I left no crumbs. I appreciate it. I honestly, that came from an idea I had for the timeline video. I was like, for the timeline video, I really wanted, like, the timeline to shoot across the screen and then it be added to the time, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore. So I was like, I'll just do it in this video. The Vengeful Spirit being a child that was game ended in a more violent way than the others. One game end we know of sticks out. Yeah, I can see. I see where you're coming from. Like, it all comes back to the question of, like, the one you should not have killed is, like, a giant mystery still. And Charlie is really the one that we see who has really done dirty the most, like, that we actually see happen and is, like, a staple of the lore. So it's easy to be like, okay, what if Charlie's the one you should not have killed? I've thought about that before. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Why does the P look like an F? You're right. I don't know. Indicating that a shipment was scheduled to arrive at the Pizzaplex at 6. So basically the whole point of this section of the video is In the books, they make a big deal about the shipment to the Pizzaplex. It takes up the whole first epilogue of the first book. And in the games, there's this shipment that's a giant deal in the games. Like it's the sticky notes are that's what the sticky notes are there for. I will repeat, the sticky notes are there to show you about this shipment. I don't think they're there for the grocery shopping list of exotic butters. Like they're and all the drawings of candy, the drawings of outside. I think um I think they are there to show you that a shipment arrived at the Pizzaplex. So, and along with all the other stuff I said. Kyoko, thank you. About whether the mimic was planned, consider a different perspective of Help Wanted 1. Michael wasn't human the whole time. Baby isn't mine, repossessing dead body. What if mimic reset after fire? Michael wasn't human the whole time. Baby isn't mine, repossessing dead body. Holy moly, I have to chew on that. What if mimic reset after fire? After the FNAF 6 fire? Or the Fall Fest fire? Or I don't know. I'll have to chew on that. Thank you. Need more proof? Maybe? Huh. Alex, thank you. Your work on the sticky note room is S rank. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. I try really hard. I spend a lot of time on these videos. I appreciate it. We then see a label confirming that the shipment arrived at the Pizzaplex, along with a package number and the word return next to some question marks. The question marks tell us that they don't know where this... McKenna says, with the two different versions of Fredbear, black, purple, could one version be for Cassie and the other be for Crying Child, despite what Scott said? Ooh. 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 I don't know. Wait, I need to look something up. You just got me thinking. Custom 40p. Black hat. This Golden Freddy is a black hat, but the Fredbear jump scare has a purple hat. Ooh. But this is the vengeful one. So this is the vengeful one that won't move on. So that black hat and bow tie would be Cassidy. Purple would be Crying Child. But why would the purple hat Fredbear jump scare Afton? Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think on that. That's a really cool thought, though. Thank you, McKenna. That's a cool thought. Huh. Interesting. Ty, what? 2 souls and 1 Fredbear, black and purple? Stop. We're cooking. Everyone's cooking. Ty, way too kind. Thank you. 2 souls and 1 Fredbear, black and purple. Oh my gosh. I would have to go back and look at the instant, because Fredbear also has a brown hat in FNAF 3. I'd have to go back and look at when the black and purple hats are used. Interesting. Wow. Ty, thank you. That's way too kind. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. Ooh, interesting. Wolf, thank you. What is your opinion on Roxanne, Wolf, and Cassie? Do you think their stories will continue? Yes, maybe. Like, it seems like that's what's happening. So this is the real question. If a Fall Fest game is really what's happening next, that doesn't... I can't see that including Roxy, right? I don't know. The Roxy thing and Cassie thing, I think what I'm thinking is the Fall Fest game is going to be Cassie losing her mind. Go like because of the Vanny mask, because of the mimic. It's going to be her in the past looking at what was. I think. I don't know. I have to think about it. The FNAF 4 teaser did use a purple hat and bow tie. Baby, thank you, baby. Idea, purple hat Fredbear, crying child. Jump scares Afton because black hat Fredbear Cassidy is making him, being that she's keeping the souls there to torment Afton. It's one of those things where my gut is saying that's not what Scott intended at the time, but I understand where you're coming from. Like, I get it. Oh. Like, is it a design inconsistency, or was Scott intending that the whole time? Interesting. I don't know. Oh gosh, what did I do? Yes, sticky note. Yes. FNAF AR, we learned
Yes,
about the
FNAF AR.
Fazbear
Oh my
Funtime
gosh.
delivery service.
I have to think about the
This
Fredbear
is a
thing.
real delivery service in universe where you can
Is FNAF AR? I don't think anyone understands. FNAF AR is a real delivery service. It's not an AR game in universe. It is a real delivery service in universe where they actually, this is something I've always wanted to. I kind of did make a video about FNAF AR, but I always wanted to make a video about all of the emails in FNAF AR because there's a lot. Like there's emails of people making the animatronics. Like Fazbear being like, you need to make this animatronic, and they're like, you're rushing us, we don't want these deadlines, and they're like, we need to remake the Mangle endoskeleton. You said this would be easy, but remaking Mangle is really hard because Mangle has to climb on the ceilings and we don't know how to do that. Like, they literally rebuilt the animatronics, and I just don't see that going nowhere. That's why I think they're in the blob, and for all the other reasons. Aren't most of the emails scrapped? Yes. Lots of scrapped emails. But there's juicy not scrapped ones. 24 Cookie, thank you. Was the other colors introduced when Scott mentioned a retcon? Could this be the new story and that's why he said people didn't notice that detail? Okay, so I've been saying this. I actually don't think I've ever said this. I think this is what I think the retcon is. I actually a while ago was playing FNAF 2, and I said this a while ago on stream, but I think this was can I zoom in on this image or no? I can't. How do I zoom in? Zoom. F11. Okay. This is what I think the retcon was. I don't know. I think there's multiple retcons if I'm being honest. So this is the FNAF 2 office. Okay. Over here, do you see this? This says my day at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Hold on one second. I can zoom in more. My day at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This is Golden Freddy. Period. Why is Golden Freddy on a poster
Not about Fredbear's, but about the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This place. Why is a kid drawing a picture of Golden Freddy walking around with a black hat? May I add? Um, Golden Freddy's not an animatronic at this establishment. And this, someone said old drawing. This is not an old drawing. My day at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. All of these say the same thing. There's Balloon Boy. There's the animatronics. Oh, wait a minute. There's the FNAF 1 animatronics. Oh, wait. Or are these the FNAF 1? Oh. This is regular Freddy. This is Golden Freddy. But these are the withered animatronics without eyes. Balloon Boy has eyes. Chica has eyes. Anyways, I think William Afton used the Golden Freddy suit to kill the kids originally. Why are the kids drawing about the withered animatronics? Anyways, I think in FNAF 2, when Phone Guy says someone used a golden suit, it never says Bonnie. I think it was originally meant to be Golden Freddy. Diego, thank you. I'm sorry I missed it. Hey, John, random aside, but maybe Mixes stands for Mimic Xenon Emergency Security. I say this because Xenon has a neon hue. Am I saying that wrong? I'm so sorry. With a bluish color like the character. Interesting. I don't mind that. I actually like that. I agree it's Mimic something emergency security or extraction something or something like that. I agree. Thank you. I don't mind that. I haven't heard that one before. Thank you, Diego. Someone used one of the suits, a yellow one. They used it. Yes, FNAF 2 phone calls. Thank you, baby. I think this was supposed to be the suit. But it ended up being, he changed it to Bonnie. No one even noticed, so it wasn't a big deal. Also, there's save him turning to save her. There's a few retcons. I don't know. Anyways. Okay, yes. The emails. Yes. Remember Jimmy. It's funny because remember Jimmy, referring to Jimmy. The new FNAF Help Wanted 2 game talks about Jimmy. There's the Glamrock Freddy game with the Jimmy birthday cake. I literally lost my crap. If you go back on my FNAF Help Wanted 2 stream, I literally look at that. Remember, I look at the Jimmy birthday cake. I'm like, or the instruction screen. I'm like, I should have posted that theory that I was gonna do, and it was literally this theory. Like back then, I'm not kidding. This is how long this video took me to make. Like when I was playing Help Wanted 2, and you go back to me playing the Glamrock Freddy game where you have to put the cake in his stomach hatch, and I say I should have posted that theory. I was referring to this theory that I posted last week. Why don't I pull it up? I can just pull it up. Alex, what the heck? Thank you. I always felt it was strange how little attention Afton's story involved his wife besides Belora's few appearances. Do you think it's because he's a trash bag? It wasn't considered important, or it's a future plot point? It depends. I don't know if you're referencing MatPat's timeline, but yeah, the Afton's wife, interesting. I could totally see it being a relevant plot point going forward. I really could. I don't know. She is. I think it was implied that she died. So I don't know if she's that important. Like especially because the therapy tapes in Security Breach. I don't know, but also that implies that Vanessa is actually Afton's daughter. It's complicated. Yeah, I could totally see it being a plot point. I totally understand why MatPat said that Mrs. Afton could be the CEO. I get it.
Um, where do I say it? Okay, here we go. Ready? This clip, I'm clocking myself. Here's the receipts, bro. Daytime, Glam Freddy requires assistance delivering a very special ice cream cake. Let's go, let's go. Hold on. Kuroki, thank you. Why do you think we barely know anything about Cassidy's death? We know how Charlie and Susie died, but not much about... I don't know. That's a Scott question. But also, it's a Scott question. I don't know. Whenever Scott feels like sharing more, I think he will. But, yeah, I don't know. And once again, thank you, Alex. That's way too kind. I appreciate it. This clip, are you ready? Let's go. I'm so excited. Chat, while we're here, look at me. My mouth drops. I dropped the controllers, I think. This was me reacting because of this video I posted last week. I was like, oh, I should have posted that theory. The theory that I was going to post yesterday revolved around Jimmy. So when I say on my Twitter, I wrote and recorded and edited this theory I posted last week multiple times, that's what I mean. Like, this was mid-December, and I was working on this theory video. Granted, it took way too long for this theory video to come out. I'm not saying that, oh my god, it's so epic, like, I'm so cool because I took so long. No, it should have came out sooner, but... From DLZ Shipping Solutions. So we know Vanessa sent this unknown shipment to the Pizzaplex, but what was in it? Well, I believe it was all of the FNAF AR animatronics and the Mimic. Just like how in the books, it was a bunch of state-of-the-art animatronics and the Mimic. Yeah. I should have said, because, okay, also, Foxy's rusted torso in a display. This is literally Foxy's rusted torso. Like, there's his torso. It does not look, there's no color. There is nothing. It is completely destroyed. This is why I don't think the animatronics in the Tangle are the OG animatronics. Like, that is actually the Chica, who is still yellow and still looks normal. And, like, no. Like, I think it's the FNAF AR animatronics. It had to have been the rebuilt versions of the animatronics for the Funtime delivery service. I think this because if you look in front of the stage, you can see the shipping label with the question marks on it. Granted, the thing that makes this fall apart a little bit is that this label is in a lot of places in the Pizzaplex. I just think that this is a very specific place to put that label. I think it was definitely intentional. The FNAF AR animatronics that were shipped to the Pizzaplex were once on that stage, and now I believe reside in the Blob. This is why we see a bunch of animatronics in the Blob that should no longer exist. Like Chica, especially her endoskeleton, is gone. It's gone. Like, burned in FNAF 3 fire, melted in the sister location bunker, Molten Freddy, turned into Molten Freddy burned in FNAF 6, like, completely destroyed. You literally see the shells of every single animatronic in FNAF 3 in the box in the office. Like, they were burned in the FNAF 3 fire. They're gone. Yeah, so exist. These are the rebuilt versions of them for the Funtime delivery service. And Matt Pat also said I should have put actual baby and FNAF AR baby next to this to see it compare. I saw someone did it on Twitter, and FNAF AR baby's hair is red like this, more red, and this is more red. And actual baby from sister location, her hair is a slightly different color, so it does kind of line up, but I don't know. So we know that this shipment to the Pizzaplex included all of the FNAF AR and them up. So the construction worker the message his laptop into the Mimic is one of the construction worker took the Mimic and basically told it to do its busy work for him, and then he died.
In the books, the guy didn't technically die, but the construction workers got killed by the mimic because of that. Um, and then in the games, there's this where what happens. The guy literally, Leo was the only one who had a copy of the maze control key, but I haven't seen him for months. Dead. Maybe that creepy bot knows where the key is. Leo was supposed to train it to work the maze. Instead, he tricked the bot into doing busy work under the daycare theater. Drop the mic. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. The creepy bot thing is interesting. I don't know. It's just something I'm throwing out there. It's not that deep, but have you seen Stormister's video from 2 weeks ago? Would love to know your thoughts. I haven't. What is? Hold on, I'll look it up. Hold on. Sorry, I'm itchy. I'm sweating. Hold on. Oh, I haven't seen it. Is it the we've been solving FNAF lore wrong? I wouldn't doubt it. I'll check it out. I'll check it out later. Thank you, JR. Thank you. I still think your theory about the chip being in Helpy's head is amazing. Thank you. They 100% intentionally made it exactly like this one in Sister Location. I agree. It has to be important. They want us to know it's still present. I completely agree. I think that chip, it's one of the chip in Helpy's head. This is just becoming a theory stream. You've seen the video. If you have any questions, about the video, just let me know. I don't think we need to go through the video. But yeah, the chip in baby's arm thing is something I did not expect would pay off at any point. I said this in the Help Wanted 2 theory. I literally kind of gave up on that theory. This fire and why I gave up on that theory. To replace. And this chip is the same chip we take out of baby's arm on night 5 of like this is crazy. This is crazy. What? Like what? Like it is crazy. And the drawing in it, that was a jaw-dropping moment that I was so scared to put because I got so much backlash for the chip in baby's arm theory. And like I thought this would make people mad. Like I was so scared to put this in the video. I almost didn't. I was like, I could just play it safe. I could just do like what do I think the story of Help Wanted 2 is and then wrap it up. But I had to mention it. Like Caden, thank you. Wild, but what if the mimic is just an endo AI that got away, became self-aware, and Waleed himself explains the teeth? True. I mean, that's possible. P.S. FNAF 1, Bonnie plays the bass. Yes, plays the bass. What's up with the Pat Pats? Pat Pats, they're connected to Glamrock Bonnie. Don't know why. That's my answer. I've been trying to figure it out. I have no idea. Why do they cry? I don't know. Thank you, Caden. That's way too kind. I appreciate it a lot. I love the Waleed himself. You ate with that. Logan, thank you. Hot take, Cassie is actually a Charlie bot. She follows Book Charlie's journey. Her father's a robot technician, and she hasn't seemed to age. If you go back to the stream that Scott joined, where I shared my theory about Ruin, I say that. I literally say this story is literally the same story. And that would make Cassie a Charlie bot. I don't know if I believe that. I just don't. It's one of those things where I think I've put out enough theories about Charlie bots where if someone ever sees a Charlie bot in a FNAF game, they know who to look to be like, "Oh crap, John was right." Like I feel like I've said that enough. Um as far as like the mimic being built to mimic Charlie, I don't know about that. I still have things to say about that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is a hot take, Logan. It would be I would literally poop my pants if it was right, but I don't. My gut is telling me no, honestly. Mishu, thank you. I've never done this before, so I don't really know what to say, but I love you, John. Thank you. Keep up the great work. You're awesome. I know how that feels. I know how you're feeling right now. You're sweating because I'm reading your super chat, and I get it. I've super chatted YouTubers when I remember my first few times doing it. I was like, I don't even know what to say. I just want this person to know I exist, and you exist, and I exist, and hello, Mishu reads. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're awesome too. Uh, I think they watched your theory and liked the idea and are maybe going with it. The chip was intentional. It has to be important. I agree. I agree. And also, I don't know how to say your name. Iker. I have no idea. Unzu. I like the last name. I'll say Unzu. You're in every comment section. Every video I click on, you're the top comment. What is up with that? Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it that they watched my theory and they were like, oh, that'd be cool. Maybe it's an Easter egg. Maybe they're gonna go somewhere with it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Bluebly Arts. That I would literally poop my pants if they go with that theory, or if I don't know if they would take the theory and run with it, but maybe if that was the plan the whole time, I would poop myself. Bluebly Arts. Thank you. Hey John, have you ever thought about the family dynamics that were shown in the FNAF movie? Rytos did make a video, and I wanted your thoughts. Family dynamics in the FNAF movie. It's interesting. FNAF movie's interesting. It's definitely an alternate universe. So like, it's a Spanish name. Fair enough. I just love FNAF. I watch every single video. LOL. Watched your videos since you started with FNAF. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I love your name, by the way. Um, yeah, the family dynamic in the FNAF movie is interesting. Um, it's so unclear who represents who in the games. You know, like is Abby Elizabeth because it's baby letters switched up, switch the A and the B and it's baby? Is Abby the crying child? Is Abby Charlie? Like it's so unclear that I think the second movie will make that clear and make it easier to compare it to the games. But thank you, Bluebly. I like that name. McKenna, thank you. Quite an ironic theory to go off of the Fredbear theory, but who better to jump scare Afton than his own son? He is in his own purgatory, purple equals sun. Ooh, McKenna. McKenna, you're breaking me. I'm broken. Thank you, McKenna. Oh my gosh. I see you. You're valid. You're valid. Purple equals sun. You're so valid. If that's not what he intended, it's a happy coincidence. I will say that. Thank you, McKenna. Eli, thank you. Greetings from Germany. It's 2 a.m. here. Go to bed. I am not worth staying up till 2 a.m. I promise. This VOD will be here tomorrow. Liz, Midnight Motorist, and the parallel in the movie. And the parallel in the movie. I know. 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 Abby, like Golden Freddy shows up, the character with 3 toes, and takes Abby to the pizzeria. I know. Ugh, I know. I've thought about every single, I swear, I have thought about every single possibility Midnight Motors could be. Especially now that I'm doing a timeline video, I have to. Graham, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know. And the ant is watching TV. I know. I know. Ugh. I know.
The real just some guy. Thank you. The real secret that will solve everything. How is a dead kid not discovered in OG Foxy's torso when he's full of holes? That's the when I was watching the FNAF movie, honestly, when I was watching the FNAF movie, something I was thinking about was you look at Foxy, there's no way you're hiding a kid in there. There's no way you're hiding a kid in Foxy. I'm so sorry. It's not happening. Like, it's just not happening. So I agree. Just some guy. That is the big mystery that solves FNAF. How did a guy hide a kid in that animatronic? That animatronic is not the same size as the other ones. You broke me, Liz. But even without the holes, even as a fully put together animatronic, the animatronic is not big at all. Should I watch the FNAF movie? Yeah, I would say yes. Graham, do you think Burntrap is a canon character? I don't think Burntrap is the canon name, but I do think Burntrap is a canon character. Yeah. The character of Burntrap is for sure canon. Did Burntrap ever exist? I don't know. Thank you, Graham. So glad you went with your gut. Was definitely a fave part for me when I watched it, and I could tell how excited you were to share. The chip? Thank you. I think you're talking about the chip in baby's arm. This is crazy. Can we talk about this? This is crazy. Olivia, what the heck? Thank you. Random, but in the security logbook, the spirit said was your favorite ride the carousel. But we really didn't really see one until Hub 1 and 2. If Fall Fest and FNAF 4 are connected, that could make sense. Okay. So there is a carousel in FNAF 2. I think that maybe is what it's referencing, but it also could be referencing Fall Fest. I totally agree. Like, it could be because I remember in the Silver Eyes trilogy, one of the kids' favorite things was the carousel, and then they like threw up on the carousel. Do you remember that? One of the who was it? Was it Charlie? I don't think so. I think it was one of the friends. It was like one of the friends' favorite rides was the carousel, and you know. Thank you, Olivia. That's way too kind. Thank you. I could so see your theory being right. Like, seriously, you might be right. And also, it's interesting to point out that the carousel in Help Wanted 2, if that really does go back to the 1970s, why is there characters like Funtime Foxy? Like, that's something that I can't wrap my head around. Unless the Funtime Foxy-esque character has been around for a while, and it's not actually Funtime Foxy. I don't know. Kylie, thank you. Very random, but I appreciate getting to see a theorist who's about my age. Like we were both kind of grew up with it. I don't know if that. No, I get it. We're the same. We had the same timeline. I was like 14 when the first game came out. I remember where I was. I remember where I was sitting when someone first said the words Five Nights at Freddy's to me. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful I wasn't like young, you know? I'm thankful I wasn't like literally 5 years old when I was introduced. Like, I started a FNAF news account in May of 2015. And for like 5 years, I was like the top FNAF news account on Twitter. And then I kind of retired that when I started my YouTube channel. David Barron with the Canadian 5. Thank you. Have we considered that the Bite of 87 and Faz Breddy Bear with Chicken the Chica did the scary to the night guard who died but didn't? Also William Afton. I've thought about that, but I've been leaning towards maybe.
That's my answer. Thank you, David. DJ Sturf, what is up? You found the fifth night. I found the fifth night. Sunglass emoji. DJ Sturf, you're the best. I found the fifth night. What does that mean? I'm confused. My brain. You might be onto something, David. Man, things have been crazy here. I'll be back on YouTube one day. Remember that era where there was like the speedrunning security breach era? I miss that sometimes. Like, remember DJ? That was a good time. That was a good time. I mean, I think honestly, the one thing that made me stop speedrun security breach was the rules of the speedrun got weird. Like rules were added and taken away, and I was like, I can't keep up with it. Like, and the way the run was going, I like could not do it. Like I was like, this is less plausible and less more enjoyable. It'd be less enjoyable for people to watch. So I was like, I was like, it's fine. I'm proud of what I did. Yeah, that'd be nice, DJ. The big thing with me was they kept disqualifying my runs because I was doing funny stuff and not ultra focused every day. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. I almost want to like speedrun Help Wanted 2. I think that'd be so fun. Like I definitely want to play through Help Wanted 2 again on the channel for sure. I didn't even get all of the collectibles for Help Wanted 2. The chaotic era of speedrunning security breach, so true. VR speedruns are taxing on like yeah, I on the eyes. I can see that for sure. I'm just so curious how quickly I could get a run of Help Wanted 2 in. Like now that I know how to play all the mini games, how fast could I beat the game? I'm guessing it would take me like 2 to 3 hours maybe. I'm so glad I saved your old speedrun in my custom playlist, John. My all of my old speedrun streams are still on the channel. They're in a playlist. And I believe it's called FNAF Speedruns. Me speedrunning FNAF, I think, or something like that. It's on a playlist on my channel. Help Wanted 2 curtain climb runs. You're in the headset and you just gotta jump when you get to the curtain. I actually burned out hard after Ruin. I put a ton of work on that. Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. You did great though. Ruin turned out good. Ruin turned out great, actually. You can get the Vanny ending in about an hour. I don't doubt it, because you don't need to complete all of the mini games. I don't think. Help Wanted to. I didn't even want to finish. Really, did they finally put my name in the credits? I don't know. I haven't played it since. Actually, I have played it, but I haven't like completed it since then, since the beginning. I don't know. I'll have to check. They should though. This is probably my favorite FNAF theory ever. Very, very excited. You mean the chip one or the one that's in the thumbnail? I'm guessing you mean the one in the thumbnail. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about that theory or anything, just let me know. I'm just kind of chilling. We're just kind of talking. I'll go full cam. I'll talk for a little, just a little bit more. 200 hours of testing and Help Wanted 2. Holy moly. But the playthrough is what I'm referring to. Oh. Got you. Yeah. That's a lot of testing. That is a lot of testing. Would you want to do a Help Wanted 2 speedrun stream? Maybe. I kind of just want to play through the game again. So win John FNAF in movie. Win John FNAF in FNAF movie? I don't know. I would need a miracle. I would need a miracle to be in a FNAF movie. It would seriously need to be a miracle. FNAF movie lore needs FNAF. Thank you. Rune was about 3 months borderline full time. That's wild. Bro, Matt Pat ripped on the most recent theory when he reacted to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all right. It is what it is. Um, just some guy. Thank you. Way too kind. Are we sure the blob is an evolution of it? Isn't I think you mean isn't an evolution of Ennard slash Molten Freddy? Could it be all the animatronics the Mimic tore apart? Blob was renamed Tangle in Ruin code, which was also used to describe the pile. I don't think the blob is an evolution of Molten Freddy. I don't think it's the animatronics the Mimic tore apart because all of the animatronics like Baby and the OG animatronics should not be in the FNAF 6 pizzeria. Like the puppet mask should not be there. I think that's why I think they're FNAF AR animatronics. FNAF AR animatronics. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. The Tangle thing, I just don't see looking into the source code, seeing it's called the Tangle, and then taking one word out of an entire book and being like, oh, that confirms they're connect. I don't know, but I see what you're saying, and you're valid. Jared, thank you. Do you think all the imagery of fire at Fall Fest of 1970 has anything to do with Henry using fire repeatedly to free Soul's remnant? Yes, I could see that being the case. I definitely do think Fall Fest was Henry's doing because of how Carney is lefty, but with different paint, literally, like a different color of lefty. I definitely think Fall Fest is Henry's doing. And I think if we do get a Fall Fest game, it'll be about the origins of Henry's story and of Fazbear Entertainment as a whole. I really hope Scott invites you to be in the FNAF 2 movie. He watches your theories. At least he watches some of my streams. He's enjoyed, I'm not enjoyed. He's watched some of my streams and been in some of my streams. I don't know if he watches my theories. That'd be really cool if he does. And I would literally pass out on the floor if I was invited to be in the FNAF 2 movie. I would literally pass out on the floor. But maybe that would be a dream come true. Yeah, I just want a live action curtain climb movie. Ram head through ceiling, void walk to Vanny, and that'd be funny. That'd be funny. Five Nights at Freddy's curtain climb has a good ring to it. 24 Cookie, is the blob running with code or ghosts? Never clear. I think it's running with agony, like Dark Remnant. I think that's what's going on. Um, yeah, from the FNAF era animatronics, but or whatever. Like it just the blob just doesn't make sense. Just being a bunch of wires without anything else going on. There's obviously some sort of pixie dust thing going on, like some magic going on. Like I don't know, some remnant, dark remnant thing going on. Thank you, Cookie. Alex, what the heck? Thank you. Is the AR mask in Security Breach nonsense and the PC's mind is compromised? Is there some hologram with fake obstacles that the AR mask fixes? I'm still borky about the whole thing because I don't feel like it makes sense. It doesn't really make sense. And especially, I did a live stream a while ago where I played Ruin, and you can literally see the box at the beginning of Ruin that you walk through with the mask on. You can see it without the mask on, without the chip in your neck or anything. You can just see it there. So that makes me think, oh, it's like illusion light bulbs. There's some sort of illusion technology going on in the Pizzaplex. I don't know. Like, I think some clarification on that would be great. And I agree. It's a little wonky. I haven't fully figured out the thought process or the logistics of it myself. But thank you, Alex. You're way too kind. Thank you. Mr. Thank you. The fish. I'm so scared to say that. What does this mean? The fish.
I'm so scared to say that. I have this big fear. I don't want to like some people put like gibberish, and sometimes when you say the gibberish, it sounds like you're saying something else. So people try and like get you to say something nasty. That's my biggest fear. So I'm just not gonna read that. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I just want to be extra careful. Do you think Mike could be Henry's son, not William's? It's possible. That might be what the baby isn't mine thing is about. I could see that being a thing. Arachnatronic. I like that name. Thank you. If you did get to be in the movie, which animatronic would you want to be the one to kill you? Oh gosh. Ooh. So FNAF 2 movie. FNAF 2 movie would have the toy animatronics, the wizards, maybe if Scott goes that way. I don't know. Mangle would be cool. I think Mangle would be cool. I would want to be the Bite of 87. No, that should be Mark. But if Mark says no, that would be cool to be the Bite of 87 person. Graham, explain Freddy's voice line when he gets near the blob. I can't. I don't know. Like, especially since Ruin showed us that the burn trap ending probably didn't happen. I can only assume that that voice line also didn't happen, right? So like I've kind of just discounted everything to do with the burn trap ending at this point. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path is wild. No idea what that means. I am not me. Weird. That tells me like, oh, Freddy's being controlled by something and he's trying to like disassociate. I don't know. Mister, thank you. Sorry, it was literally just babbling nonsense. Oh, it's all right. 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 We're chill. I just like being extra careful. What is your theory about the golden plunger? You need to make a theory video about this golden plunger because you've talked about this golden plunger a lot. But my theory about the golden plunger, it got the job done. It did. But it was also golden at the same time. Or was it? Or was it bronze, but in harsh lighting? That's just a theory. There is a lore reveal on it already on YouTube. I didn't know that. Is Vanny good or bad now? I don't think Vanny exists anymore. I don't know. Don't be ridiculous, John. LOL Bronze. Thank you. Thank you for confirming the theory. It took a long time. Solid 10 seconds. Finally got confirmation for something in this franchise. The golden plunger was in the box. Wow. Okay, Vanny does exist. I meant like Vanny is no more. Like the Vanny story arc is done. I think that's what I meant to say. So the question was, is Vanny good or bad now? I don't think Vanny is a thing anymore. Mr. Mannequin, thank you. Question, is it a coincidence that both FNAF World and Security Breach have a character called Tangle? Tangle is a weird version of Mangle. Tangle, it could just be one of those things where like it's a name in Scott's mind that he was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like he might have just been remembering it from FNAF World and reused it. I don't think it means anything. I do think it's interesting that, God, my brain is so messed up. I do think it's interesting that the character, the Easter egg character that sits on our desk in Ultimate Custom Night is Tangle from FNAF World. Thank you, Mr. Mannequin. I'll send it to you on X. Oh, Lord. X. Oh my gosh, you actually did. Glitch. What is this?
Hold on. We'll watch this as a class. This is The Golden Plunger by DJ Sturf. I have no idea what I'm about to watch.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I need a plumber.
I know.
What? Are you looking inside my window?
No,
Are you sure?
there's no miscommunication.
Well, get a plunger and come over.
I understand.
Do you have the golden plunger?
Yes, I have it.
Cool.
I made it myself.
Is it cool?
I think you would like it.
Huh, alright. Does anyone else know that I need you to fix my toilet?
No, no one suspects anything.
Alright, well, I hate this, but it's a nasty mess.
Don't worry. I'll be ready,
Okay, great.
and I won't let you down.
Thanks. I hope it's not a burden.
It will be fun.
It will be fun. Our world needs plumbers. We don't need YouTubers. We don't need I don't know. I don't know. We need plumbers. We need electricians. Vanessa wants to take up that role. Vanessa will step up with the golden plunger. This is 22nd century theorizing. It really is. It really is. The theories are the friends we made along the way. The trades are the past and the future. Thank you, Alex. Being a plumber is hard. They have to deal with a lot of crap. This is my sign to end the stream. Caden, thank you. Did Mimic use the AR animatronics parts to Wall-E? Maybe. Interesting. That's an interesting thing. Did they... Interesting. Maybe. Maybe. But it seems like all of the animatronic... There's no endoskeletons in the FNAF 6 pizzeria whatsoever, except like in the tangle. So he had to have taken them from the tangle, but the tangle's gone now. It's weird. I don't know. That's an interesting call. I haven't heard that before. Thank you for that. Chill vibes. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, John, what if the movies is the actual lore of the FNAF universe and all the games are the crazy indie developers' interpretation of the lore from what we heard in rumors about the restaurant? Very possible. I actually came out... I had a theory when I was reacting to the FNAF movie stuff where I said that I have a theory that the movie is going to be taken as a movie in universe. Like it's going to be like the Help Wanted VR game. Like it's a movie in universe trying to make light of real events. But I don't know if that's the case anymore. At Mimic's legs, why are they so different? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's some sort of like combination of parts. It fixed itself maybe like it does in the books. No idea. Okay, I need to go. My voice hurts and it's time for me to go. But this was fun. This isn't really what I was expecting, but I had fun. I like talking to you guys and doing this. So thank you for being here. What was that game the different studios making? Into the Pit. Into the Pit. It's going to be a good one. They haven't released the trailer themselves, which I think is weird. They should release the trailer themselves. Or did they? I don't know. Thank you, DJ Surf. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, David. Thank you, everyone. Like, you guys are so kind. Cookie, McKenna, Caden, Diana, Beery. Thank you, Rami. DJ Sturf, Graham. Hold on. Baby, thank you for being here. Pizza Bot, I see you.
You're so valid. Hold on. Alex, thank you for being here. Holy crap. Casitos, thank you. Did you see that when you throw a shadow on Cassie from Help Wanted 2? She has some scary white dots. Just a cool detail I noticed. It shouldn't mean anything. You can see on my Reddit. Interesting. Throw a shadow on Cassie. It might just be a weird lighting thing. That's my guess. But thank you, Casitos. I appreciate that. You're way too kind. Thank you. You don't need to give me your money. I promise. It pulls Evan 37. What are you doing here? Oh no. What am I about to read? I saw the word tattoo. One time in class, we were asked what we'd get as a tattoo. I don't want one, so I said I'd get one of John Cena so no one else could see it. I was applauded. And you deserve to be applauded. That was deserved. That was a great one, Impulse 737. Doesn't get better than that. Okay. I have to go. I'm having too much fun. So yeah, maybe look forward to a merch thing coming if you want to support the channel. Look forward to really cool thing. I want to work with YouTubes. I don't know how to get that started. I'll have to try something. But yeah, anyways, timeline videos coming. I'm working on it. Maybe John Cena did that stunt at the Oscars so he'd finally be so true. So true. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all so much. I'm procrastinating ending stream so much. I'm so sorry. I will just do it now. I will rip off the Band-Aid. And this is it. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye.